What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to the MMA LADS podcast. I'm your host, Max, and this is my co-host, Kevin and B-Rai. And today we're going to be talking about UFC 314. We're going to be breaking it down for you to get you guys the best picks. All right, guys, UFC 314. Miami 305, hometown. Can't wait to talk about this card with you guys. We're going to start off real quick. This card is stacked. I can't wait to break down some of these fights. Shout out to Dana. Shout out to Sean Shelby, Hunter, all these guys, because this card is stacked. So we're going to start off with Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper. Who would have saw that one coming? Veteran versus the babyface dude. I mean, Chase Hooper looks like he's like 18, but he's killing it. He just came off a good win. We got Jim Miller's the veteran, way more fights, way more experience than Chase Hooper. You think Chase Hooper could pull this one off?
Chase just fought a veteran, Clay Guida, and obviously submitted him. So that was a great fight. But Jim Miller, he's really that guy. You know, he has the jiu-jitsu experience. So, and he's a tough, durable. He's durable. We saw him at UFC 300 against Bobby Green. You know, Jim kept fighting, kept going through, and man, he was bloodied up, but he got that dog in him, and you know that.
I mean, the Chase Hooper we knew, babyface Chase at 145.
Exactly, I was at 145.
He's a different person at 155, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's looking legit. I think he can get this one done, man.
I think so.
So I
go with Chase Hooper by a finish.
Sub or finish?
A finish. It could be a ground and pound. I mean, Jim Miller's got 50 plus fights. Chase Hooper's 15-3, but just on recent performances is all you got to be based on.
Right.
I know Jim Miller's fought everyone. I gotta give it to Chase, man.
So
and
you're
then
saying
after this, he's gonna be getting some top 15 opponents, and
So you're saying Chase because he's just has that momentum right now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna go with Jim Miller.
I'm gonna go with Jim too, man.
Veteran. I think he. I think his hands are way better than him.
I think his hands I feel like Chase I don't think Chase has better grappling.
His grappling's really
It's
good.
good,
Man. He's
but
really good. But Jim's got some good grappling too.
Has more experience for sure.
Right, for sure.
So that's why I'm saying I could picture Chase taking him to the ground, but like, what are you gonna do in that ground? I feel like Jim's gonna have that good ground defense.
Hear me out. Jim Miller, according to UFC.com, has 21 wins by submission.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That's more fights than
that's
Chase.
More fights than Chase Hooper, I bet. So I'm gonna go with Jim Miller on that one. I think he's ready. He's fought plenty of people. I mean, 21 wins by submission should speak by itself on the ground. All right, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna go with Darren the Damage Elkins versus Julian Erosa. Man, the damage is in his name and that funky ass tattoo he's got, man. He takes a lot of damage.
He does, man.
I'm gonna go with Julian, man.
So he's a real vet. Erosa's been in the UFC since 2018.
Wow.
And he's got wins over Sean Woodson, Nate the Train, Charles Jourdain. He's no slouch, to be honest. However, he's got some pretty bad losses to Grant Dawson, Alex Caceres, Fernando Padilla. Versus the Damage Elkins. I mean, you know how Elkins fights. I mean, he's just trying to be in your face the whole time. He's well-rounded enough. I think Julian has the edge on the feet. But and Darren Elkins, I feel like he's been ranked forever too.
Right.
So I think I'll give it to
Dude, the Damage likes
Elkins.
to get fucking beat up, bro. I'm tired of that shit, bro. The Damage likes to get beat up. He enjoys it. You know what I mean? Like, how much longevity do you have?
But nothing for free. Style, he's
always fucking bloodied every time I see him.
And then he's trying to give it right back to you, you know?
I know. I just can't go for somebody like that, dude.
I'm gonna have to give it to Elkins, to be honest.
Man,
he is 40 years old. We're going with two different situations here. Chase Hooper, way more up and coming than Erosa. Erosa's been in the UFC for a while, so we got another vet. I'm gonna give it to Darren Elkins this time.
Okay, fair enough. All right, we'll move on from that one. This one's a good one. I think this is probably for the next title shot, possibly. I mean, Jan just fought for the title. You know what I mean? Rather recently, so I don't know if they'd give her an immediate shot again against Zhang Weili. But I mean, rank number 1 versus rank number 3, for sure they got to give Virna Jandiroba if she wins this fight. The title.
Absolutely.
So this, to me, I'm considering this as a title eliminator fight.
Not if Yang Jianan wins.
So yeah, I feel like maybe if like Yang Jianan wins this, you know, maybe it's not a title eliminator for her. Maybe she fights Amanda Lemos, who just beat Yasmin Lucindo. Or if Jandiroba wins, then I feel like they have to give her
absolutely.
the title shot.
Jandiroba's gonna, if she wins, of course.
I'll be honest, not too much hype around that division.
Right.
Because Zhang Weili's pretty much cleaned house. So seeing her move up to fight Bullet would be amazing.
That would be great.
I'm looking forward.
Yeah.
But Bullet has a
When
tough
that happens.
challenge.
Of
She
course,
has a tough
yeah.
challenge, so that's the only way that could happen.
We'll see.
I'm going to go with Yan Xiaonan on this one. I liked her striking. Even though she lost against the champ, she had her moments in there, you know what I mean?
I feel like she almost got finished twice right at the end of the round.
Yeah, that's true.
But
But she
again,
had her moments in there.
Jandiroba is only going to be able to grapple against her realistically.
Right.
So I don't see her being a easy target on the ground like that. So I'll go with Zhana. She's ranked number 1. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to China.
Yeah. China number 1. Who you got?
For me, man, I think I'm gonna go with Yan Jordan as well. Probably. I'm looking at the strikes. She strikes way more than Jandiroba,
Yeah,
and the defense is on point too.
for sure. All right, Nikita Krylov, Dominic Reyes.
Whoa.
I like this matchup. Dominic Reyes.
He did it, man.
Is he having a comeback?
2 wins.
He
Is
did it.
Dominic Reyes having a comeback? I mean, I don't know. We'll see. He had his first win in a while.
Yeah,
you
Dustin
know?
Jacoby and
Just-
then
yeah.
Anthony Smith.
Yeah, so even though Anthony Smith wasn't really there, bro. But you know, Anthony Smith is the GOAT. He could have been the champion. I mean, he could have beat John Jones. Right?
On paper.
On paper.
On
On
paper.
paper.
On paper. On paper.
Yeah,
He
on
could have beat John Jones.
Yeah. But I'm a little torn on this one. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to go. I have to see more Dominic Reyes. Is he really in this shit? You
He
know what
is,
I mean?
man.
You think so?
I believe
Yeah?
so too.
I truly believe
He's
it.
locked in. He took his
locked
time.
in.
He recovered. You know, nasty knockouts that he had, but he took his time from that, and he's slowly getting that momentum. He's doing great. 2 knockouts in a row. That's great. That's a great confidence boost in you, man. So I'm with was it the Devastator or the Dominator? What's his nickname again? It's one of those
I like
two.
the Dominator. If that's not his
Dominator.
name, you should take that because the Dominator.
Yeah, I like the
pretty good.
Dominator
Well,
too.
that was Dominic Reyes' nickname, so I think
Yeah.
he's the
Bro.
Devastator.
The Devastator.
Yeah.
Take it,
So
bro.
there you go.
Dominic
But-
Cruz retired. You could take the name.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It shows here that Krylov is ranked,
Number 8.
man,
He's
the
number
people
8,
he
yeah.
beat,
Some tough.
don't get me
dudes.
wrong, some tough dudes, right? But he goes to decision a lot, man. Reyes is out there for the finish.
He
let's be
is for the
honest, every
finish.
single time, except against
It's either him
Jones.
or somebody else.
Yeah. So obviously the spinning elbow knockout was insane from Jiri, but before that was a fight. You know what I'm saying? And then since then, the other skids he's been on, unfortunate. Now he's on a win streak. So
He's on.
Nikita Krylov, I don't know how he's ranked that high. He beat Gustafsson, who was on the decline when they fought. And then he's got a win over Ozdemir by decision and against Ryan Spann with a triangle choke. He's lost to Ankalaev. He's lost to Glover. He's lost to some of the best in the division.
Yeah, I agree.
But again, I don't rate him that high, man. I just think that these guys maybe could have crossed paths
Earlier.
and Dominic would have destroyed him. And
Right.
they seem to be crossing paths a little bit later on. But I think Dominic will defeat him.
Has a slight edge.
Yeah, he does have the edge in my opinion. Again, I don't rate Krylov very high.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
one of those guys. I'm like, I've seen him fight before, but nothing
Nothing
too
that
impressive. Nothing
that
to make you
catches my
believe
attention.
he's a top 10 in this division. You know.
So yeah, I think you guys made a convincing argument. I'm gonna go Dominic Reyes, and I'm gonna go finish.
Let's not forget, man. Reyes is an athlete.
Yeah, you're right.
He's the best athlete.
Nobody's ever faced an
John
athlete
Jones
like
just
him.
couldn't
No.
keep up with an athlete like Dominic Reyes, man. So let's be honest, an athlete versus a mid top tenner. I'm gonna go with the athlete, Dominic Reyes.
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's move on from this one. Now is my time to shine. I've been waiting for this for a while. Hey, Dan Ige, motherfucker!
Próxima luta, Danig. Cadê você?
Dan Ige, ranked 15, featherweight bout versus Sean Woodson. I like this fight. Sean
a
Woodson's
good
been
fight.
looking pretty good, man.
I feel like Sean Woodson's been in the UFC for a while now, man.
And he's still not
ranked. Some people get these momentums and enough media coverage and end up blowing up. But Sean Woodson's not ranked, which is a surprise. I think he's great, obviously.
That range is crazy.
Dude,
The man can just keep you away with his boxing. Sometimes he lets people get a little too close, don't get me wrong. But Ige, man, how many times have we seen Ige versus another person trying to get into the rankings and he just sleeps them, you know what I'm saying? So I think that one's really close, man. Ige gets it done most of the time by his boxing and being well-rounded. Sean Woodson usually gets it done with his boxing and some clinching, nothing too crazy on the ground. Man, I think this is going to go to a split decision. Like, it's going to be that close of a fight, in my
think
opinion.
so?
I don't think Woodson's... His last knockout was beautiful, man.
It was.
That's what I'm saying.
Ige just doesn't get slept like that very often.
Hold on, but I want to say this. Sean Woodson used to fight a light heavyweight, too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's
Fighting at
6'3"
featherweight.
or
He's
6'2".
6'3".
6'2".
He's
Oh,
humongous,
whatever.
dude.
Bro, he used to
How
be
did
really...
he make
used
that
to be-
weight?
Shout out to all the big boys out there, bro. If you
Yeah.
lose weight, man,
The big boys that turn
you
skinny.
could bully some featherweights, bro. And he was a Golden Gloves
He was a Golden Gloves
boxer,
boxer.
man. So this was 50-50 for me, man. I love Dan Ige. I don't want to go against him. But I wouldn't bet on this fight. I think it's a little too
Risky. You're not
risky.
too sure.
So I'm gonna do a cop out on this one. I'm not gonna pick. If you guys want to pick, take your picks now or forever hold your peace.
Me, I want to go with Sean Woodson, man. He's been on the come up right now. He's 13-1. Daniga, you know, he is that motherfucker. But, you know, I want to see more of Sean Woodson. I want to see him go up in the rankings. A future fight that I like to see is Sean O'Malley versus Sean Woodson. The Seans fight each
That's
other.
a different division.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Sorry.
Rewind. All right, say some other shit.
Okay. All right. Do I start all over?
yeah,
or-
start.
So yeah, I want to see more of Sean Woodson, man. He's 13-1 right now. You know, Daniga, he is that guy. He's that motherfucker, like I said. But man, Sean Woodson, I like to see him fight like a Yair Rodriguez in the future, man. That'll be very entertaining.
Yeah, I like that. All right, let's move on. All right, so this is the first one where we have the actual early odds for. I'm excited for this. Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. And when Carlos Prates gets drunk enough, he's Carlos Augusto. So, Jeff Neal ranked 10, Carlos Prates ranked 13. And let me give you guys the live odds. We got plus 300 Jeff Neal, minus 400 Carlos Prates.
I guess.
Do you think those odds are warranted? I think they should be a little closer, in my opinion.
Just a little bit.
A little bit closer. If the odds move closer, I take them. I'm still gonna go. Me personally, man. Look. Hold on. I don't think you guys can see the
Rep the shirt, homie.
drip I got right now,
Rep
bro.
the shirt. Fighting nerds,
The
bro.
fighting nerds. You see this right here?
Yo, they're on a roll, baby.
See that?
They're on a roll. Let's
You
go.
see that? All I need is the glasses right now, bro. Fighting nerds. Let's go. I'm on the fighting nerds hype train. I'm going Carlos Prates, and I'm gonna go KO, TKO, KO.
Let's go, baby. KO. Dude, that last KO from Prates, man, when he knocked out Magny like that, it was crazy, huh?
Wait,
I hit him at the temple, and
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Carlos Prates is
It's-
that guy.
Man, I really like Jeff Neal, man. I really do. I thought some adjustments he could have done good against, better against Ian Gary. His last fight showing here was RDA got injured.
Yeah, he got
in their
injured.
fight, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna give it to Prates. Another reason being is Ian Gary had a lot of success when they fought at launching his rear knee on situations where they get a little bit too close. I think Prates does the same thing.
Yeah.
Just might be a little too rangy for him. I still think it's going to be a good fight, man. I don't think there's going to be another Prates steamroller. This should be a good fight. If anything, Prates might get it done second or third, but we should have an exciting fight too.
I agree. There's one thing that I don't like about Jeff Neal. Sometimes he loses his confidence in the middle of the fight, and he could be on or off, man.
There's a guy that even Shavkat barely finished.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. So I feel like that's when he was kind of on.
Uh-huh.
So that was a great fight against Shavkat. But like, man, it's just I feel like I said, he's on and off. And dude, you don't want to be like that when you're against Carlos Prates.
Mm-hmm.
You need to stay on. You need to focus. Don't lose your confidence against this guy. This Carlos Prates, man, these fighting nerds are the real deal. Okay? The real deal, man. Don't
This is kind of crazy. Prates, since 2021, he's been on a finish streak. That's a scary stat to look at, man. Hasn't lost and has been on a finish streak since 2021.
Finish streak, man.
Kind of crazy.
He has power
crazy,
in those hands, man.
Yeah, I want to mention something. He's also very patient.
Exactly.
He doesn't go crazy. He's always there, always like
and
fainting and patiently waiting to just land that shot.
And very accurate.
Very accurate.
Yeah.
Very accurate, dude. This guy, he's a sniper, dude.
One of my old coaches used to train at Tiger Muay Thai. He's met a lot of guys in and out that go in and out of Thailand. He told me that Prates has hundreds of Muay Thai fights, like 100 plus Muay Thai fights.
Wow.
And he brings that type of Muay Thai is very patient too. So he brings that element into his striking. I feel like he picks his shots almost like Anderson Silva used to do back in the day, you know, and then got nasty, rangy, clinch, power in his freaking hands.
I like that one.
The more I'm talking about this, the more I think he's going to win. But I just don't think you can sleep on Jeff Neal like that.
You got to pick one.
I'm going to pull a U like last time.
Okay.
But I'm leaning towards Prates, let's be honest.
All right, cool. All right, next fight. Interesting. Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. So we got Patricio coming from Bellator. Mm-hmm. He was very upset with his contract with PFL. You know, PFL bought Bellator and sat out a lot of fighters. You know what I mean? I mean, they had a great dude. They picked up a great roster. I don't know why they just didn't just mesh their organization.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. You know what I mean? They kind of bit themselves in the foot by buying out Bellator. And guess what? He's getting his shot. Ranked number 5. Hey, UFC, update your freaking pictures, bro. I know Patricio Pitbull's not this fucking black.
Yeah, he's dark.
This black
We know who
silhouette,
that
bro.
is.
Come on, take a picture of the goddamn guy. You have him on the roster and put it in there. Anyway, sorry for the rant, but let me tell you guys the odds for this one real quick. Yair Rodriguez is minus 200. Patricio Pitbull plus 170. I'm going to flat out say this. I'm going to go Patricio Pitbull plus 170. I like the money on that. Money line. I'm going to go straight money line plus 170. I think it might go decision. I'm going to keep it real with you. This is 3 rounds. Yair's a little too patient. Patricio comes out hot. He's going to pull like a Michael Chandler style thing where he's coming out hot. I mean, I'm not comparing him to the Michael Chandler of now.
He beat him.
Good. Yeah, and he beat Michael Chandler. But the way he fights, where he comes out explosive, Patricio Pitbull's very explosive. I think it's going to be a little bit too much for Yair to handle. Yair kind of likes to back up a little bit and trying to pick his shots, his kicks, and stuff like that. But man, if Patricio Pitbull gets you on the ground, it's going to be a bad night for you.
Mm-hmm. I like Yair in this one, man.
Minus 200, you take that?
In terms of money odds, I look at, a bit more than that, but fighting-wise, I think Yair can get this one done. Pitbull's got a bunch of decision wins. He trains with Cejudo's coach.
Yeah.
So you can know the wrestling, the pace, all that is going to be there. But I don't think he's fought any striker as good as Yair inside of Bellator and PFL, dude. It's not happening. So I think Yair's going to put it on him. I can see it's only going to be a 3-rounder. So Yair's got the pace for that. He might gas out on some of these other fights, but for 3 rounds, he's not going to. And I think he can get it done against Pitbull. a knockout, a finish, TKO finish.
Okay.
Me, man, I like what you both said. Both, I feel like I'm in the middle here. It's like you're going for a Pitbull.
You are in the middle.
I know, and you're going for Yair. I don't know. I think I like what Max said, that Pitbull is more aggressive and Yair is more patient. And Yair, I feel like he's gonna keep the distance a lot, but I feel like Patricio, he's like, man, this is my debut. I gotta prove to the UFC that I should deserve that title next. So this is your debut. You should just make a statement. Make a real statement. Show me what you got. Knock him out. Try to knock him out.
He lost convincingly to Sergio Pettis, who was a 125er, and was using a lot of the Pettis brothers' long striking. Yeah. And I think Yair's got that in the bag, man. That's just, again, he's a well-rounded guy, a lot of experience, just not a lot of experience against someone this talented on the feet, man. I'll be honest. So that's my reasoning.
All right, so this next one, I just want to say, when this was announced, we witnessed a live hit be put out on somebody. John Silva versus Bryce Mitchell. Whoever made this matchup, you just put out a hit on Bryce Mitchell for all the stuff that he's been saying. Because, dude, you know me, I love Bryce Mitchell. But, dude, this John Silva guy, I mean, you see this? You see this right here, bro? The shit that John Silva's been doing to these guys, making them look like amateurs.
Yeah, man.
Beating him up and telling the ref, "You want me to continue? You want me to keep beating this guy up?
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him."
But let me tell you, Bryce Mitchell, I'm not gonna count him out just yet. Not just yet. I think this is gonna be a banger fight. I think Bryce Mitchell's gonna push. John Silva is gonna push the pace. It's gonna be very competitive. And I think this might go down to the third round, but I'm going to go John Silva. But I really think that they're putting a hit out on Bryce Mitchell. They're giving him this fucking killer that has the barcode, the Hitman barcode on the back of his head.
Brother.
Telling him, hey, no more anti-Semitic stuff. You ain't hanging out with you-know-who that we can't say on YouTube. Saying all this wild stuff. They've been the UFC was trying to promote you, Bryce. And goddamn it, you ruined it by speaking your mind. But let me tell you though, he could fight. Bryce Mitchell could fight. I'm not counting Bryce Mitchell out. He's a warrior. But I'm sorry, man. The country grip might be a little too little for the Hitman John Silva. What do you guys think?
Man, John Silva. He just fought not too long ago, man. Look what he did to that guy.
He could fight 2 more fights.
He could.
He's fresh. That guy's fresh.
Dude,
that guy
barely took any damage.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Dude, John Silva, once again, like I said, these fighting nerds are on a roll. They're steamrolling guys right now, man. And it's crazy. And two fighting nerds fighting the same card. It's fucking awesome, dude. That's
another element you might not really think of.
That's so much fun.
It's a big deal.
So much fun.
Both those guys are going to be locked in.
And this past weekend, look what Rufy did to King Green.
Yeah.
So they're hyped up.
They're hyped up.
I'm hyped up.
Man, the hype is real. And let me tell you, man, John Silva, man, he has that power in his hands. Look what happened to Bryce Mitchell last time he got knocked out with a guy with power, dude. So I'm not counting Bryce Mitchell out, like you said.
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell's a great fighter, great grappling. So, but if you get caught by this freaking crazy dude, man, this guy's crazy. And you know he's crazy. If you get caught by John Silva, it's not gonna be a good night.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a good night.
So the power of Christ is telling me that it's over, man. Bryce, I used to like him a bit too. I'm not gonna lie. I thought his grappling was solid. Against someone like John Silva, he's just gonna set you up so nicely on the feet. You're not gonna see it coming. It's gonna be over for you. Don't get me wrong, Ilya.
Yeah, he didn't get knocked out by Ilya.
Correct. They had to do it on the ground.
Yeah.
But I think that was Ilya wanting to show his game against a grappler.
Oh, okay.
Versus John Silva, who's just not gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
So I'm on the same hype train as everyone else with John Silva. I think he's that good. After that, it'd be interesting what could happen, but man, I think Bryce's mental is unbreakable because of Christ. But man, he's gonna hear it from everyone how badly they want him to lose, and I think it's gonna it's gonna affect him a little bit. He's not gonna come in as comfortable and confident. So I got Jean Silva, man. Second round KO.
Second round KO.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict. Because look, man. We all wanted Kron the fuck out of here. I'm tired of Kron Gracie. Sorry, Gracie family, bro. But Bryce Mitchell had to get that done. And I'm glad he got that done. And then he did his speech. But unfortunately, people want to see Bryce lose. John Silva knows that, so he knows he needs to make a statement. I'm going to predict how this fight's going to go down. The crystals are telling me, Kevin.
Let's go.
Round 1's going to be John Silva.
Yeah.
Round 2's going to be Bryce Mitchell.
Okay.
Round 3, John Silva's going to get it done.
Gonna get it done.
Interesting.
KO, TKO, John Silva.
Let's go.
Round 3.
Let's go.
If you're ballsy, round 3. Put that bet in.
Put that bet in.
All right, next up. I never would have saw this one coming. This is a curveball.
Man.
Who matched this?
Yeah.
Patty the Batty Pimblett, ranked 12, versus Michael Chandler, ranked 7. The odds. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention the Bryce Mitchell odds. Sorry, I forgot to. Plus 295 Bryce Mitchell, minus 375 John Silva. This one, Michael Chandler, is plus 110. He's slight underdog. Patty Pimblett, minus 130. Slight favorite.
I don't know how.
Well, Michael Chandler's coming off a lot of
coming off a
losses,
loss,
and he
and
was waiting around for 2 years.
He was waiting for a time.
Sorry, did you say Patty Pimblett plus something?
No, minus.
Minus
He's the
130.
favorite.
Okay. That's crazy.
Michael Chandler plus 110.
Yeah. The thing is, the way I see it is, Michael Chandler has been in those 5-round wars. This isn't 5 rounds, obviously, but this is going to be Patty's hardest test for sure. So I just can't really picture Patty winning unless he submits him in some sort of way. He's a great grappler. Let's not deny that. But against this heavy hitter, crazy dude, Michael Chandler, I don't know, man. This is definitely Patty's hardest test right now, for sure. And, dude, if Patty wins, man, who does he have next? Imagine.
If he wins, they're going to give him
Like who?
Ili Opturo.
Oh.
They could give him that. I don't think that was going to happen for a while.
Yeah, I know
but
that.
my take on this one, I'll be honest, Patty Pimblett to me, he's one of the best grapplers in that division, don't get me wrong.
Really?
But if Oliveira isn't submitting Michael Chandler, I don't think Patty's going to be able to. Let's be honest. Patty Pimblett striking, it might be ever improving, but I still see clips of him punching like this, and that is just a field day for someone like Chandler. Here's the thing. Chandler's going to win the first round, like he does in every single fight. And then who knows what's going to happen. Chandler, why do you do this to us?
There's one thing I don't like about Chandler, though. That a lot of fighters say that he's a dirty.
kids?
No, he's a dirty fighter.
He's
a cheater, and I don't like that. You don't need to
do
cheat
much
against
to you.
Patty. You know, so
Yeah.
Here's the thing, bro. I've been betting on fucking Michael Chandler for how long? And every time I lose, tired of Michael Chandler losing me money, bro. But god damn it, I love to bet on Michael Chandler. I'm taking Michael Chandler plus 110.
Lad.
You know, I put a heavy bet on him to beat Charles Oliveira.
nah, you crazy.
He got absolutely
Don't forget, lad.
destroyed, bro. He got absolutely outclassed.
Was it
for 5
49-46
rounds,
or something?
Hey, Scousers don't get knocked out,
Okay.
but they will. They will, lad.
But the
They
thing is,
will.
like Michael Chandler's gonna see him with his chin out like that. And he's gonna be searching for the heat-seeking missile, but that heat-seeking
Yeah,
missile's
dude.
calibration's off, and he's gonna be missing a lot.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, Michael Chandler, he was throwing them heavy hands against Charles, and he kept like
misses,
tumbling.
Tumbling, throwing everything,
Yeah.
all the power. he has,
Shoo! And then he almost falls and
and his
stuff.
feet are off balance. And he's slipping around, but I'm gonna go Michael Chandler KO.
I did, forget that Poirier has submitted Chandler, but that was a fight that was going more Chandler's way until he got countered, and then he got taken advantage of on the ground off a good opportunity. Pimblett's not going to find that type of opportunity after catching Chandler like that. It's not happening. Pimblett's good. He's a great grappler. I'm going to give it to Michael Chandler.
Let me ask you, B-Right. Has Patty's chin ever been tested?
No, but it's been
Yeah, Luigi.
Right
that
for
guy.
the taking.
Right for
His
the
first
turf.
fight.
Oh, his
Luigi,
maybe he
almost-
got
He got cracked pretty bad, bro. But never like wobbled like that.
Okay.
But he
Yeah.
got cracked bad.
But it's
in
there,
Luigi.
man.
Yeah,
It's
there.
there.
it's just there. Yeah.
From this little, he looks like a pit bull for real. It could be cracked, man. Who knows?
I don't.
But the thing is, okay, Michael Chandler's fight IQ is, in my opinion,
It's
dude,
only
is
good in
bad,
round one.
bro.
Yeah, I feel like
Bad fight.
Patty's got a decent amount of plot armor too, but the plot armor of Michael Chandler is like main events, co-main events, big fights, all the lights, all that stuff. Patty's built for that as well, but man, I don't
Patty's
think
on a
he's gonna get
come
it
up, but
done.
like this is the real test for Patty. Yo, Patty,
Yeah.
you get this done, it's just gonna skyrocket. His stock is gonna skyrocket for sure.
Yeah.
We can't deny him anymore.
We can't deny him if he gets this done.
Absolutely. Imagine he submits Michael Chandler.
And then he fights.
That's how you get it done. Is
he
he'd
fights
submit.
Ilya.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
So I got Michael Chandler. You got
Michael Chandler.
Michael Chandler.
Michael
You
Chandler.
got Michael Chandler. And we're all going TKO? KO, TKO?
TKO,
Probably,
man.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. We got a vacant title available. Featherweight. Free gift from Ilya Topuria. You're welcome.
Right there for the taking.
Alexander Volkanovski, number 1, minus 155 versus Diego Lopes, ranked number 3, plus 130. What are you guys thinking?
Man, Ilya, when they talked about this belt, Ilya's like, just my children are playing with my old toys, you know? That's
Yeah.
kind of how he said it, which is crazy. But yeah, if you dream, believe, and make it happen, I think Volk is a bit on the decline, let's be honest, a bit on the decline, but he's still one of the highest, most well-rounded, highest IQ fighters
Yeah.
we've ever seen in these lighter divisions, man. One of the GOATs, absolutely. It depends how he looks like after getting KO'd twice. He's taking a long break to come back. I'm thankful for that one. Diego Lopes cracks on the feet, let's be honest. He doesn't crack like Ilya, but the thing is, Lopez needs to get you... Sorry, Ilya needs to get you towards the fence to get his work done. Lopez doesn't. And I think Volkanovski's range control is just too good for Diego Lopes to find himself in these crazy boxing exchanges against him. I don't think that's going to happen. So I got Volk either decision or a TKO. Don't forget, people forget, man. Diego Lopes fought Dan Ige and was a little cansado in that third round, man. And you're going up against Volk, a gas tank monster. And I love Diego Lopes, don't get me wrong. I love that he beat Ortega. He knocked him out with the first punch he threw and then woke up.
woke him up.
Volk.
With
But
another
man,
punch.
Volk is still too smart of a fighter for Diego Lopes. Let Lopez develop a little bit more. Could be different, but this man also rose up the ranks very, very quickly. And he's getting the hardest test right now. The hardest test in the division. I got to give it to Volk by a later round TKO or unanimous, like 49-46 decision. The only time he might be in trouble, similar to Ortega, on the ground one round, might be getting caught with something, but that Craig Jones jiu-jitsu is going to get him out of it. I got Volk.
Interesting. What are your thoughts on Ilya Topuro? But let's be honest, Ilya Topuro will probably smoke both of these guys.
Yes, of course.
Here's what I'm leaning more towards. I think it's gonna be competitive, but the thing is like, Volkanovski has been fighting 5 rounds for a long time.
Yeah.
He can go 5 rounds easily.
Any day.
I feel like Diego Lopes gets a little tired though, so he might come out throwing heat, and like you said,